Welcome to Freaky Fauna Friday, where every Friday we take a little time and explore some of the freaks of nature from around the planet we cherish so deeply. So please, jump aboard and let's explore the wilds together.
Oh yes, Friday again.
Welcome back to Freaky Fauna Friday. I'm the Light Beast of Mystery.
And I'm Jay.
And today, so this is a triophobia warning. Is that how you say it?
Triophobia?
Yeah, the fear of like holes and that kind of stuff.
I guess so.
I'll read you the definition. It is the intensive and overwhelming sense of disgust and fear a person gets when they see certain things that looks like closely packed holes in them. So like bee combs. I've seen some other like art for like, is it triophobia? Is that how you say it?
I think.
Tropophobia?
I'll look it up, but I think.
Triphobia?
Maybe.
The fear of tiny holes, which it never bothered me, but I could definitely see how that would be like something that would bug a person.
I think it's trypophobia.
Trypophobia?
Yeah.
I've actually owned the animal we're going to talk about today. I've owned a bunch of them.
Oh, you're doing an animal that induces this fear?
Yes, this is probably the number one animal that does it.
Oh, I think I know what it might be.
Which is what?
Perhaps, is it a frog?
No?
Oh, okay. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
That frog that gives birth out of its back?
That is this animal, but it's not a frog.
Oh, it's not a frog?
It's a toad.
A toad. Oh, a toad.
The Suriname toad, also known as the Pipa toad.
Oh, okay.
Mis-ID'd sometimes as the Pipa frog, but it is a toad.
Isn't that what, on Gullah Gullah Island, Binya, isn't he one of them?
No, he's a Binya.
I'm going to look this up, but
I don't think he's a Pipa.
I think so. But maybe not. Maybe
No,
not.
he's from Cuba.
Where were these guys from?
Cuba. Oh, no, these guys are from Suriname. I thought you meant the family. But a lot of the like seed pods, jigsaw puzzles and everything like that bother people, but these toads really freak people out that have it. They're known to be like the one that causes people to realize they have this fear.
Gotcha. Okay. And I know what you're talking about with this fear, and I remember, I mean, you see it online all the time. Like people talk about, oh, the fear of this and that. Like I guess I just don't really get it. I don't know.
It's just not. It's a. If you don't have it, it's a phobia. Like,
yeah.
If you don't have it, you don't have it.
I guess not.
I can definitely see how it bothers things. Like SpongeBob freaks out people sometimes. Like when you see like the 3D rendering of him.
Okay.
Because it's just enough to like the cartoon doesn't.
Hmm.
But there are like several instances in the like show where he's like 3D.
Right.
And it really freaks people out. They like to live in murky ponds and swamps. They do not like moving water. They live in Panama and other parts of South America.
Oh, I found out. Binya is a pollywog.
No, so that's not a type of frog or toad. That's a stage.
Darn. Well, he's a yellow pollywog from Gullah Gullah Island. That's all it says.
Yeah, so that's not a breed. That's a stage. So a pollywog is when they still have their tail.
Oh, so he's
but they have their legs.
All right.
They live up to 7 years in captivity. They get up to 8 inches long. Mostly they're brown. They eat anything that fits in their very large flat mouths. Crustaceans, small fish, and worms. In captivity, we mostly fed them worms.
Oh, you had some?
Yeah, I said that at the beginning of this episode.
Oh, I didn't realize
This
that.
is the one I've actually owned.
Okay.
Me and Emily had, I think, 5 of them.
Did you like breed them?
We tried. They're very notoriously hard to breed in
Okay.
captivity, and then we end up selling them to another person to try.
Yeah.
Very slow, murky water livers. They're really fun in captivity because they are active feeders and they have like their hand and they'll shove food in their mouth really, really fast. But yeah. Sorry. They are endangered. This specific one, the Pipa, the Suriname toad. So there are several species in this family group.
Okay.
So the Suriname toad and the Pipa aren't exactly the same thing. But the Suriname toad is a toad in the genus of Pipa, which, you know, the other one gets its name, the Pipa. It's native to South America and some parts of southern Central America. They inhabit flooded forests, backwaters, and streams. There are 7 species in total, with the common Suriname toad and the 5-fingered toad, which is the Pipa.
Okay.
So I own Pipas, not Surinames. If that matters to anybody. They're cousins. They're very closely related. If you put them together, it'd be very hard to tell them apart.
Okay.
And they're most likely distributed across South America. They look like a big pile of dead leaves on the bottom of the tank. If anybody looks them up, they're flat. They have very, very little eyes. And they're on the front of their face, so it's very hard to like look for them.
Okay.
They are toothless. They are tongueless.
Man, how do they even make it?
Because they just have giant mouths like a big catfish.
Like largemouth bass?
Yeah. But yeah, like if you put your finger in front of their mouth, like they'll try to eat it real quick.
But they can't do nothing to you?
They can't do anything. They're harmless.
Yeah.
They're pretty, like the Pipas. If you have space for them, they need a lot of water for how big they are. But they are very fun pets. The frogs, they are ambush predators, and they will wait and lay in like leaf piles and wait for prey, which is mostly insects, worms, and small fish. And they are suction feeders. So
Which
that
means
vacuum. They create a vacuum in their mouth.
Okay. So they are like largemouth bass.
They spend most of the time of the year entirely stationary.
Wow.
90% of the year, they do not move. They only move to breathe once in a while, and it's a pretty long while, or to mate. The latter of which results in the most horrifying infestation of subcutaneous froglets in the world.
Okay, so now we're getting to the freaky part.
So they're not toads, even though they're called toads.
So what are they?
Frogs.
So I was right?
Yeah.
Oh, way to go.
But that was my first freaky fauna fact.
Oh, they're frog
So
toads?
you upset me.
Oh, jump the gun as usual.
That's fine. But no. So it might undercur a stagnant argument whether a tomato is a fruit or a vegetable kind of deal. But ultimately, people distinguish a toad from a frog by how it's used in the kitchen.
Used in the kitchen?
Not really. It's just the tomato joke.
Oh, okay.
Like what? Is
I
a
get
tomato a fruit or...
Vegetable, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it is a fruit, but it's used
But
like a
it is
veggie.
a bit of taxonomy worth pointing out. So taxonomy is how we organize the family trees of animals and stuff like that.
Yep.
So all toads are frogs, and not all frogs are toads,
Okay.
like turtles and tortoises.
Yep.
Under the order Arma, meaning tailless, this includes toads who occupy a subdivision of Bufo, or Buffidae. So like in North America, like the American toad and the black toad, Bufo americanus and Bufo blacki, I believe is what their scientific names are.
Okay.
So Bufo is the major group of toads underneath frogs.
Okay, gotcha.
But yeah, so like Bufo olivarius is the Sonoran desert toad. That is, the one that people use to get really, really high.
Oh, gotcha.
Which is a Bufo. But colloquially, toads are considered to be any frog that is a bit more grouty looking than the others, like sleek, slimy frogs.
Okay.
So that's like where salamanders and newts kind of separate too, is another one we look at where there's a taxonomical difference, but then there's also a physical difference. So newts technically like have rough, dry skin. They have extended periods of time outside of the water.
Okay.
But then there are newts that break that mold, which like crested newts, marbled newts, which sometimes they'll spend their whole adult life in the water.
Mm-hmm.
They'll never go
leave.
back.
Yeah.
And same with salamanders. It's just taxonomy is always changing, and it really doesn't matter is all this part's about.
Okay.
So yes, if you're in the toad camp that these are toads, then they are toads. If you're in the frog camp that these are frogs, they're all frogs. To me, they're toads. They have more toad characteristics than frog characteristics, especially when you look at their body.
So you're in the toad camp?
Yeah, personally. But then they're still called toads. They are exceptionally depressed.
Oh. What's that? Is that like a joke? Or?
It is a joke. They're very flat.
Ah.
They
that
spend
kind of depressed.
almost their entire lives in the water, only leaving in cases of emergency, and otherwise laying low in leaves.
Okay.
And they live like flat. They look like stingrays. But these guys are ambush predators, so they'll lie there motionlessly. They can leave the water, like to transfer them to tanks and do all that. Like they're fine out of the water. Like they're shipped in wet moss. They need to stay wet.
Mm-hmm.
But they can be out of the water. Like even giant Japanese salamanders and stuff like that can leave the water for short periods of time.
Right.
But they don't like to.
Right. Yeah.
Same with these guys. They don't like to. But if it's like their pond's drying up or whatever, they'll get out. They cannot crawl. They kind of just like lay on the ground and like sludge around.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They're pretty adapt to the water.
Okay.
The state of being serves many purposes. First off, these cold-blooded amphibians reduce their metabolic needs for nutrients by flattening their bodies. So they can maintain a large relative surface area, but a low weight. So their metabolic need is very low. It means they can stay underwater also for long periods of time without breathing due to this metabolic rate.
Holding their breath for a while.
Yeah. It also has great camouflage against predators. They don't stick out. They don't have any definable characteristics. They often float at 45 degrees in water. They have webless fingers that outstretch from their mouths that they look like foliage. When food comes along, they quickly shove it into their mouth at high speed. Yeah, so they don't have webbed toes, which is another thing. Toads typically don't have webbed toes, and frogs do.
Huh, okay. I never really thought about that.
It's water adaptations.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that points that it is a toad that went back to the water to me. Another weird one is frogs have tongues, and a lot of toads don't. Toads do, though. A lot of toads do.
Yeah.
But these guys don't have tongues. Despite looking remarkably like one, while some frogs will use their sticky tongues to catch prey, the Pipa family group does not.
They just use their hands.
They don't have teeth. They just gulp down and swallow their prey whole.
Yep, shovel it in.
They don't seem to affect the success of their hunting, though, whatsoever. They just shove food in. Despite not being true toads, this is very much toad behavior. Now, here's a really, really weird one for some of our fish lovers. They have a lateral line.
Oh, okay.
So many fish species have a series of sensory organs that run down their side of their bodies called a lateral line.
Mm-hmm.
Tadpoles of most, if not all, species of frog have a lateral line too.
Okay.
But though they lose this as adults.
But these guys don't.
These guys, the Suriname toad, they never have a tadpole stage. We'll talk about. There are no tadpoles, and the adults retain these extrasensory adaptations into maturity. In other species, they often shed or collapse when animals move into land and grow back when they return to the water. In these frogs, there's no movement to land. So they are lucky enough to hold on to them for their whole life. So they don't transition.
Gotcha.
Like other frogs and toads.
Which, yeah, now obviously that makes sense. So as I'm sure you're about to get to.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
The line helps them to detect motion and pressure changes in surrounding water, which helps them detect food and predators.
Mm-hmm.
Males will fight for mates is another freaky fauna fact for you. During the breeding season, these normally stagnant animals become very, very active. Males will get into conflicts over mates. They will press their snouts and chest against other males, making croaking, clicking noises like an alien in the Predator movies.
Oh, yeah. I can't do it, but I know what you're talking about.
They will also bite each other and sometimes drown each other or try to swallow each other whole unless one gives up.
Jeez.
They're
serious.
Yeah, no, they're mean. For an animal that doesn't move 90% of its life.
Yeah. They pick and choose their battles, that's for sure.
So mating is one of the few times that these guys ever do any kind of activity.
Okay.
Like move at all.
Yeah.
Pipa frogs as a family group are barely amphibious.
Okay.
They are as close to the line. Mud skippers move on land a lot better off fish.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
They are as close to the line as I think an animal can get.
So they
to
like
being amphibious.
They like being primarily water dwelling.
While
only.
they can move on land,
Yeah.
they will avoid it at all costs and spending almost their entire lives in the water. And in captivity, many have never come out on land. This is one of the few animals they don't even offer that to.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if they don't want it.
Alligator snapping turtles, they like when we had Bosco, he never came on land. I'd never seen him on his basking spot, but you offer it because every once in a while an alligator snapper will do it.
Yeah.
These guys are even past that where they're not coming on land.
They're never going to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, even mating is done in the water. When the time comes, the males will use a seductive clicking to impress females.
Ooh.
An impressed female feet without a tongue to alert her to his intention.
Ooh. I think it's working on me.
Once mounted, the female will swim both the pair to the surface to breathe. So they lock on. Have you ever, it looks like they're hugging.
Yes.
Then she'll start doing these giant dramatic loops where they're flying through the water, doing these jumps. During this time, eggs are deposited on the male's belly. The eggs will be fertilized by the male and then adhered back to the female's back.
Okay.
So she's laying eggs out in the water. He's catching them on his belly, fertilizing them, and sticking them back to her back. This will be repeated dozens and dozens of times, with each loop having a chance to deposit an egg. Around 100 eggs will be there, stuck to her skin with a mysterious glue that researchers do not have any understanding of yet.
Underwater glue.
Kinda. So what happens after that? So they fertilize the eggs and he stuck them all to her back.
Right.
The young develop, though, inside of her back. Like botfly larvae, in a returning tourist, young froglets will incubate under the skin of the mother's back. After fertilization, the eggs will start to sink inside of her back flesh.
Yeah. Does the back, like, does her skin grow over the eggs, or
So
do they
no,
kinda,
they start to sink in first.
like they burrow
There's a
in?
sponge pad that she has on her back
Okay.
that they burrow into, essentially. And then then she will regrow skin over top of the
it.
eggs.
Okay.
And protect them like a cyst.
So this is where it's the freaky fauna part.
Yeah. So the eggs drill into her this nutrient sponge pad she grows on her back,
Mhm.
and then she grows skin over top of them.
So they're entombed.
They will each have their own hole they develop inside of. From egg to froglet, there's no tadpole stage in this species. At this time, the mother will molt, and the young make their escape. So she sheds the outer layer of her skin, and that's when you start seeing the honeycomb-looking shapes.
And this is where it's like the videos.
Popping out of their infestated little home and starting their lives as fully formed but very tiny frogs to escape their mother's shedded skin, and even eating it on the way out.
Yep. If you haven't seen these videos at home, I encourage everyone to check out the video of them birthing or giving. I guess it'd be giving birth. Would it be, or would they be more hatching?
So it's that same debate with male seahorses.
Yeah.
No, they hatched a long time ago inside her back.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
They hatched.
But this is like a second
And
hatching.
technically, she already gave birth to them when she laid the eggs.
Yeah. So this is like a second hatching.
So it falls into, there's only a few animals that do this even remotely.
Yeah.
So seahorses would be another one.
Yeah, which they're weird, and because it's the males that carry them.
Yeah, in most species.
Yeah.
But yeah, my last little fact for you is they breathe through their tails.
Breathe?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
While they don't have a tadpole state, they do grow short-term tails. Embryos have a muscular tail that in many cases is longer than the entire body length and thought to be an aid in oxygen absorption. But the later stages of development, the tail is reabsorbed into the body. So this is when they're in her back.
Oh, okay.
So they're trying to breathe.
Gotcha. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I mean, anyone that hasn't seen them giving birth, I guess, or them hatching, I don't know how else you would say.
It's neither that.
Whatever term you want to use. But them flying out of their backs, it's like crawling. It's like out of a scary movie. They're just emerging from her back. And there's a lot more than you would even think is possible back there.
Over 100.
It's insane. They keep coming out. And it just doesn't even look like they'd fit. But they sure enough did. So yeah, you got to check those out if you haven't seen it yet. I highly, highly encourage it because it is freaky. Unless you have that trypophobia.
If you have that, this will probably hurt you.
Yeah, it'll set off your sensors.
All right. I have been the great and peaceful mystery.
And I've been Jay. And let's not forget this weekend.
Oh, you remembered?
Yes. Remember, as we're coming into winter times, enjoy that fall weather, that fall breeze, and the leaves changing outside. You know, it's not the destination, it's the journey. And sometimes we forget that. So go outside and enjoy your journey.
Do we forget that?
I think we do in our hustling, bustling, everyday moving lives. You know, you wake up, your alarm wakes you up, and you're busy. You got stuff to do all day. And then by the time it's time for bed, you're all flustered, you're tired, you're ready for bed, and you wake up, rinse and repeat. And sometimes you just forget to stop and smell the flowers.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Freaky Fauna Friday. If you want to help the podcast grow, remember to share and give it a 5-star review.